Hello, good evening Tribuners. Welcome back with me Mutiara in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is dozens of Larantuka Impress market traders protest in front of the region's office. Dozens of traders at the Larantuka Impress market staged a protest in front of the East Flores region's office on Thursday, April 7, 2022. The protest action was a form of their protest following the control by the East Flores Civil Service Police Unit. The control by traders selling on the market route led to a protest by traders who took all of their sales to the region's office yard. Rua Idauran, one of the traders, admitted that the traders did not refuse to be disciplined, but the condition of the fish market, which were not proper, forced them to sell on the side of the road. Meanwhile, another trader, Intan Purnamasari, admitted that during the control, several elements and the head of the East Flores Civil Service Police Unit destroyed the tarpaulins and selling containers belonging to several traders. He admitted that he was surprised because all this time, the local government of East Flores always collected a levy for the traders, but the clean lines of the market was not taken into account. Meanwhile, the head of the East Flores Civil Service Police Unit, Agus Runing, when confirmed at the location, asked reporters to interview the regional secretary or assistants to the three regional secretaries for the East Flores regional government. However, he admitted that the control was carried out based on appeal letter from the communication and Flores. To note, in appeal letter issued by the East Flores Communication and Information Service that was received by journalists, the order was in order to welcome the Easter holidays and the month of Ramadan. The letter also prohibits traders from selling on the shoulder of the road and requires all traders to sell in the market area. Traders are also asked to always keep the market clean. After protesting, the traders finally had a dialogue with the Deputy Regent of East Flores, Agustinus Payung Boli. The second news is Southeast Minahasa District Government provides public kitchens for flood victims. The Southeast Minahasa Regency Government opened a public kitchen at the Balang Sub-District Head Office on Friday, April 8, 2022. This public kitchen was opened for disaster victims in Mitra. Assistant 1 for Mitra Regency, Arnold Moko Solang, said the public kitchen was built after the flash flood that hit 9 villages in Balang District. The partner Regency government has also prepared a related regional work unit to handle this public kitchen. Meanwhile, for the availability of food stock, it guarantees that it's still sufficient. Not only that, his party will also make special arrangements for flood victims who are temporarily fasting. It is known that at the location of the public kitchen, the ranks of the social service and Tagana of Mitra Regency were currently preparing food. The next news is Maulava Village residents reject the construction of the Kolhue Dam. The Kupang City government said that the residents' rejection of the Kolhue Dam construction, Maulava Village, Kupang City, was because the residents did not know about the construction. The construction of the dam is planned to be actioned this year by the two Nusa Tenggara River Basin Agency. Regional Secretary Fahrensi Priestly Funai told reporters on Thursday, April 7, 2022, saying that what the government has planned does not make it difficult for the community. He emphasized that the rejection was met by a small number of local residents. He explained it in the socialization process carried out together in the El Tari Hall of the East Nusa Tenggara Governor's Office. He had appealed that If there were problems, they could be coordinated properly with the local government and there was no need to maneuver to other places. According to him, this development plan is in accordance with the wishes of the community, which was then proposed by the Governor Victor Bungtilu Laiskodat to the central government in cooperation with the Nusa Tenggara II River Basin Agency. He explained that if all this can be communicated properly, previously the Kupang City government conducted socialization to public regarding the construction of the Kolhua Dam in Kolhua Village, Maulava, Kupang City. The socialization was held in the Altari Hall of the East Nusa Tenggara Governor's Office on Tuesday, April 7, 2022. Regional Secretary for the City of the Kupang, Ferensi Funai, and head of the two Nusa Tenggara River Basin, Agus Sosiawan. The outreach involved the community and landowners in the Kolhua area, which will be used as the Kolhua Dam construction site. The Mayor of Kupang, Jeffrey Ryu Kore, in his written remarks, appreciated the presence of all religious leaders and parties involved in the event. He said this effort was made to reach an agreement between the government and the community in meeting water needs. The next news is, simultaneous village health election in Ambon City went smoothly. The Ambon City Regional House of Representatives urged the public to report immediately if they know of fraud in the simultaneous village health election, which was held on April 7, 2022 yesterday. According to him, reporting fraud is not just an ordinary report, but valid evidence must also be included so that it can be held accountable. He emphasized that not only witnesses, the government, the Indonesian National Army or the Indonesian National Police and other interested parties must supervise the village health election process. But it's also important for the Regional House of Representatives to do that. The Golkar politician admitted that in this village health election, the community seemed enthusiastic to exercise their right to vote. In addition, the village health election process also went well. To note, the result of the preliminary calculation of the winner of the village health election have been released by the Ambon City government. The next news is, the perpetrators of theft a pickup in Lampung were arrested by the police. The feet of 27-year-old Novan Irawan alias Cikwan had to be pierced by hood lid belonging to the North Lampung Reserve Police. This is because this resident of Muncakabal Village, Bangsaraja, District Ogan Komering Ulu Timur Regency was involved in the theft of pickup. The head of the North Lampung Reserve Police Grand Commissioner Adjudan Kurniawan Ismail said that the suspect was arrested while he was at a food stall in Gunung Labuan Village, Waikanan Regency on Wednesday, April 6, 2022 at around 10 o'clock p.m. Based on the result of the investigation, the suspect is suspected to be a member of syndicate or a specialist in theft of pickup cars. Based on the victim's report, the police immediately conducted an investigation and moved to East Oku District on Monday, April 4, 2022. The police then smelled the suspect who was going to Lampung and followed him. During the raid, another suspect managed to escape. Apart from Wanchi, the police also confiscated evidence in the form of a homemade firearm along with the 5 rounds of ammunition, 2 L300 pickups and 80 leather key. The next news comes from Banten. Prosecutor Office in Banten confiscated luxury car belonging to corruption suspect. The Banten High Prosecutor Office confiscated one Mercedes-Benz Type E 300 2021. The car with license number B54RIY was allegedly obtained from the alleged corruption at the Indopolita Aircraft Service Company. The alleged corruption relates to the issuance and payment of the work of the IS company to the International Pertamina Refinery Company, Balongan RU 6/2021. The confiscated black car was parked in front of the Banten High Prosecutor Office on Thursday, April 7, 2022. The luxury car was fitted with a red and white prosecutor line that reached the Prosecutor's Office of the Republic Indonesia. The head of the Banten High Prosecutor's Office, Leonard Aben Azhar Simanjuntak, said that the investigative team had moved quickly in revealing the case. According to Leonard, the car was allegedly obtained from the proceeds of disbursement or payment of a fictitious SPK. Furthermore, the car will be used as evidence in proving cases of alleged corruption at the IS company. On the same day, EF, Vice President of Business Development of the IS company, was arrested by the Banten High Prosecutor Office. EF was arrested after being named as a suspect in the alleged corruption case of a fictitious project at the Indo-Pelita Aircraft Service Company. The last news is, a parking guard was found dead at the Cempaka Market. The discovery of a corpse on the second floor of Cempaka Market, Niaga Street, Kertak Baru Ilir Village, Central Banjarmasin, caused a stir at around 4 o'clock p.m. The corpse was Andre, who is about 22 years old, and was found dead by his 45-year-old colleague Rahmat Hidayat, the night watchman at this location. Andre is known to be a bachelor who has been occupying an empty shop on the second floor of the Cempaka Market for the past year. According to Rahmat, Andre is known to be sickly. The man who works as a parking guard has been unable to work for the past month due to an unclear he suffered. Shortly after being declared dead, a number of emergency volunteers gathered there to help evacuate Andre's body. At the location, the head of criminal investigation of the Central Banjarmasin Police, First Police Inspector Igusti Ngurah Utama Putra, and members of the group asked for statement for the witnesses regarding the man's death. Not long after, the victim's body was taken to the Pemulasaraan installation of the Ulin General Hospital for a post-mortem. Well, I think that's all the news for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.